Good day, everyone. This is Wendy Oliver with Olive Branch Management Group, and just here to share some information about a tool that we commonly use in the project management world, but can be easily adapted and utilized in the operational space. And it's called Responsibility Assignment Matrix. It is designed to delineate who is going to do what task on the various teams that operate within your organization. And one of the ways, or one of the most common ones that we use, is called a RACI chart: responsible, accountable, consult, inform. And so it goes through and it lists the task, and then it lists the frequency that the work will be done, and then it says who's going to do the work. And that's always going to be greater than or equal to one person, because one person should be doing the work at least if the task is there, and more than one person could also be able to do the work. Think about if you go to a drive-through, more than one person is taking an order. If you look at the countable column, that says who's going to stand on the carpet about the quality of the work, the fact that the work got done, or the fact that the work did not get done. And that's always going to be equal to one. Only one person can be accountable. So in that same scenario, think about the manager of the fast food restaurant. The next column is the console. Who am I going to talk to if I have any questions about the work that I'm doing? And so basically that could be greater than or equal to 0, because you don't have to consult on every task, but you could if you chose to. And so it says who's going to contribute that information and that insight. And then the last column is inform. Who's going to be notified once the task is done? And so again, that's going to be greater than or equal to 1, because at least one person or system should be notified that the task was completed. So in our drive-through example, we might say that the system's going to be notified once the work is done, because I'm going to push the button to show that I've given the order out to the client. So let's go through, let's think about another example. Many of us are familiar with schools, so let's talk about the task and the RACI components that will be assigned to getting a report card out to a parent at the end of a grading period. And so the task might start off as recording the performance of a student on an assignment. We might do that from a frequency standpoint of daily. So the responsible would be the teacher. Accountable, if it is not being done, would be the principal. The consult might be a teacher, another teacher, or it could also be the principal. If the person doing the work has any questions, who are they going to go to? They could go to another teacher, they could go to their principal. And then who is informed once they've done the task? And that would be the grade book, because the grade book is recording each of the grades for all of the students. So then they might go through and compile / finalize each student's performance within their class. Okay? So they would do this every grading period. And again, the responsible person would be the teacher to complete this work. The accountable person would be the principal. And then who might be consulted? Again, another teacher may be consulted if they have any issues or need assistance. And of course, the principal may be consulted. Who's informed once this is done? There may be a task to also record that they've done all the work inside of the grade book. And then of course the principal may want some type of notification to say, hey, I've put in all my grades, I've compiled them, I've finalized them, and my grades are ready to go out to parents. So the next task would be send the report card to each parent. And we would do this every grading period. The responsible person may actually be the grade book in conjunction with the principal. Principal has some type of trigger that says, hey, all of the grades are finalized. I've been notified by all my teachers, and therefore I'm ready to send them. The accountable person would be the principal. The consulted person may be no one. Okay, we may not have anyone that we have to consult on this task. And the informed person would be the parent. And so there you have it. That is a responsibility assignment matrix for how schools may get their report cards out to parents. Again, I hope you enjoyed this. This is Wendy Oliver. We'll see you at the next one.